This is an attempt to raise the water level on this washer in LGWM3400CW. My understanding is these are all similar. These were highly recommended by Consumer Reports as being an affordable, high quality washer and dryer set. But I've got some doubts about that. About a week or so after the warranty expired on the dryer, I had to repair it with the new thermostats. It has not really worked properly since then. And here's the problem with the washer. I went to my linen closet and opened it up and found this gray towel. Problem is, I don't own any gray towels. This towel was formerly a white towel. All of my whites have been graying in the washer. And my conclusion is that the water level is inadequate. I've had front load washers for about 20 years now, and in the beginning, the water level was visible on the glass in front. On this washer, there may be a ½ inch or an inch of water in the bottom, and with a full load of clothes, they don't even really get wet. My conclusion is that an inadequate water level is leading to graying of whites and so forth. This is the first time I've ever experienced this kind of graying, and it began when I got this washer and dryer. So my decision is to raise the water level and see if it improves the cleaning power of this washer. You should not do this if you're concerned about the warranty on your machine, or if you're concerned about water usage, the environment, and so forth. As for me, I'm ready to get rid of this darn machine and buy a top load, so it's worth it for me. Let's see how it works. My goal here is to not pull this apart. I've got the washer relatively balanced. I'm going to try to do it more or less in place, maybe shove it forward a couple of inches. I'm going to try to reach in the back to loosen up the top, and we'll see how it goes. Join me. Climbing on top of the washer, I can see there are 2 retaining screws on the back of the washer. I will remove the top of this to try to gain access to the adjustment screw within. I will remove these, and it's always a good idea to unplug or turn off the fuse on electric appliances, just in case you touch a connection that might be live. I am going to leave the water on for the time being now and see what we find as we get into this machine. These screws had a relatively fine Phillips head on them. You might want to get a small Phillips to do this. They came off easily. The top is now loose. Let's see what we find. Slide straight off. Pick it up and move it over. We've removed the top, and we're looking for a valve that affects the water level. This appears to be it here. It is held in with Loctite. We will look to loosen it and to adjust it by turning it 1 turn clockwise. There was a small section of Loctite or glue around the top to stop this from moving due to all the vibration in the machine. I used an ice pick to loosen it. Now, believe it or not, I have a little bit of whiteout. I'm going to mark the current position of this screw because I'm not the smartest man in the world. So I've got a mark for seeing how I'm going to adjust this. I'm going to use a small blade screwdriver with the intent of turning this valve clockwise 1 full turn. That Loctite had soaked down the side of this plastic screw fairly well, so it took a little bit more freeing it up. I believe we're ready to go now, supporting this from the bottom. Let's see if we can get our full turn. Turning. Puts us at ½ a turn, 3/4 a turn. Boy, that whiteout is useful. Let's take it all the way across for our full turn. And that's what I'm going to do to start with. When I finalize this, I'll put a little super glue, a dab down so it does not turn on its own with all the vibration which exists within this machine. But before I secure everything, I'd like to check that the water level has increased. So before I close up the top and resecure the valve, I'm going to do a test load using this lovely gray towel. Also going to throw in a garage utility towel that's fairly soiled. Let's see if the higher water level helps these things clean better. It's starting to fill with water. Let's see what happens on the towel cycle. Given 57 minutes of wash time. Hope for the best. And a bit of suds in the bottom of the tub at this point in time, more than it used to get. If this is the top level, I might imagine it needs a bit more. The machine at 5 minutes in has decided to add a little bit more water. I'm going to stay and watch this and see if it becomes an adequate level, in my opinion, to clean these towels. It's an interesting process. In the old days, you had a water level switch on your top load, low, medium, and high. That certainly would have made life easier. Looks pretty good to me. You can see a little bit of soap accumulating on the gasket at the door. I might actually put it a little bit lower. We'll see how this comes out. Definitely a much higher water level than it had before. Water level wouldn't even have been visible. After 11 minutes, the water level is right at the gasket at the door. This is a load of only 4 towels. I typically fill this up to the top. So I'll be interested in seeing how a full load works within this washer with the new water level. I will then refine the setting, either leaving it as is or reducing it by a quarter turn, and see how things are going forward. My greatest hope is these gray towels start turning white now that there's adequate water in the machine. Okay, we're reaching the conclusion. I sat here and watched 30 minutes of the laundry cycle. The rinse cycles used less water than the initial cycle. At first, I thought maybe there was too much water, but having watched the rinses, I may increase the water by a quarter turn. I'm going to wait, keep this machine open and adjustable until I do a full laundry load, and then make my decisions after that. I've also noted the valve does not vibrate very much. Probably for Loctite, I'll just use a little bit of liquid paper in there. That should keep it sealed up. I don't think it's going to be migrating on its own after this fact. But I'm leaving this open for further adjustment. Here's the gray towel after one wash with bleach. Slightly less gray, not bad. Hopefully with 5 or 10 more washes, it might turn white again. I think water is the issue. And the utility towel, which was so dirty, I think has come rather clean. This is a garage towel that I use for all sorts of dirty work, so I don't expect it to come spectacularly clean. This was done with bleach, a small dose of bleach in this laundry load as well. So hopefully more water will lead to better results. In the interim, I've read a whole bunch of internet posts about this problem being widespread with these energy efficient Energy Star washers and dryers. To me, it kind of seems to defeat the purpose if you're going to take a brand new washer and throw it out. Increasing the water in this manner seems to be a good solution for me from my perspective alone. For others, it is certainly up to you and how you feel about energy consumption and about the Energy Star appliances. That's it for now. This is resolved for me. Good luck with your washing machine problems, and thank you for watching.